thumbs back, which means the show has begun. I believe this show is Asheville 8 Note. A lot of enthusiasm behind the camera. I swear people are jumping and like silently cheering. Oh, and audibly cheering. That's great. Also, Fantasy Marie would like to apologize for... No, I'm just... And you can look forward to that apology if you stay tuned in. My name is Sam Irvin, though. On the show, we got Fancy and the Gentleman. They're all three of them here. On episode 97 of Asheville 8 Note, Asheville 8 parentheses PM, into parentheses note, the live stream where I have different Asheville musician guests on to chat for an hour and jam for an hour. I'm gonna, per the tradition of the show, check and make sure that you can hear me, and you can hear me. That's great. It's coming through loud and clear. I did not mute myself on accident. I do this show for 3 reasons. 1, to carve out time in my life to have fun with music. 2, to build community, catch up with old friends. These guys have been on the show. I consider them friends. And number 3, to practice all my AV expertise and turn knobs and plug in cables, which I did successfully enough to hear myself. We will find out momentarily if I did it successfully enough to hear my guests as well. This is on Irvin Music Studio's YouTube page, where you can find all the 96 episodes that have already aired, and it's sort of a countdown now, I guess. Wait, so there's episode 98, and then episode 99, and then episode 100 is going to be a big, massive, like, awesome collaborative extravaganza is the word I'm looking for. Okay, good. I hope I nailed that pick. Yes, Urban Music Studio, Asheville 8 Note. There's a Patreon associated with this. Don't know why, but there is. You can check that out. Fancy and the Gentleman just released a new album, and it's wonderful. It's well made. It's full of heart, and yeah, getting some nods. They should agree. They should. I hope this is a source of self-respect for all 3 of them, because it was good. Yeah. So I think I really got through it. I told you guys it would be about 15 minutes of preamble, so I think I made it that far. Why don't you come on the show now? Fancy and the Gentleman. The time is now to come on. Oh, yes. Cool. Awesome. Welcome to the show. Hello. The awkward shuffle is part of the format of the show. The chairs are arranged from most comfortable to least comfortable, so I wanted to leave it up to you guys.
Craig.
I got it. I'm good.
You know where your spot is.
I do.
We all have mics.
So the big question on my mind. What percentage of your annual income comes from your Patreon?
You know, I did have one contributor at one time, and I'm very thankful to Charles Dolly. Gonna shoot out a thanks there. That had to be far less than 1%.
Right on.
Yeah. Thanks for asking.
That's good.
Yeah, I'm a transparent guy, so you can ask me. No, I'm not going to say that's to you, actually. But are you guys ready to get honest? I'm the interviewer here. I'm ready to sling some questions. Thanks for coming. How does it feel to be back?
Feels great.
That's question number 1.
I'm ready to be honest about 75% of the things you ask.
Okay, great. I'm going to keep tabs.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You feel great about coming back, so that's one thing that has been answered.
Is that true? Is that honest?
I'm not willing to answer that question.
The next 3 answers will either be true, or I guess there are some other
or not
variations of that. Yeah. How about you 2? Alex, you've been on the show 4 times now.
Yeah, this is my 4th time. Yeah.
You want to get a little closer to this mic, maybe?
Yeah, this is my 4th time.
Here.
Can I hold it?
You can hold these.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Even though they're like on these little platforms.
I can't. All right.
You can.
There we go. Well,
I swear, we're going to figure it out. Okay, there you go.
Yay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Feels really good, man. Feels good to be on here.
Mm-hmm.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
It feels good to have you all on here.
Oh, hey, thanks.
Yeah.
There's lots of good feelings right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alex, Fancy, Craig, I'm feeling
Sam?
good feelings. Last time we talked about death a lot, and we talked about
We did.
the cardinal virtues, which I thought about this morning. I was like, oh, I'm going to see these guys again. We better talk about justice and prudence and fortitude and whatever the fourth one is.
Oh man, you have a good memory. That's really,
Thanks.
yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, well, I appreciate you, you know?
You have a good voice. Let's talk about the album and a good capacity
Seamless.
for songwriting.
Okay.
Where did you guys record?
Echo Mountain Recording Studios here in Asheville.
Solid choice. Do they have a pinball machine? Is it? Am I
They
thinking-
do.
Yes.
It was not functional when we were there.
That's sad
Aw.
stuff.
It's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or, well,
The album
So
was good.
so the entire recording process was free because they felt bad about it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a plus. Yeah, I'm sure.
that wasn't the reason.
Still not worth it.
Studio, so.
It sounds amazing. I mean, there's a lot of notes that I noticed. There's also just a lot of sweetening, a lot of layering, a lot of like time. It seems like a lot of time went into this.
Yep.
Were there other players besides the three of you? Like I'm hearing like a lot of, like guitar, like some
Yeah.
crunchy lead guitar stuff happening.
There were other players.
Well, let's not talk about them. Let's focus on you three.
But they're not here, so.
Right.
No, we should talk about the other people.
We should mention their names.
Shout 'em out. Yeah.
Cool. Well, we had the three of us, as we've already stated. We had Catherine O'Shea also on vocals. We had Christina Miller on the viola. We had Patrick O'Neill on the cello. He was the cellist.
Friend of the show.
That's what you call people that play cello. Yep,
A cellist.
a cellist.
Right, but there's no H in there. Just a fun fact.
That's true.
Oh wow. Okay, I had to think about that for too long. Anyway, the drummist was also that was Kent Spillman. Who else what am I missing?
The guitarer.
Oh, the guitar. The guitar. Wait. We had Phil Alley on electric guitar and pedal steel.
His tone is so good.
Ooh, yeah.
Tone. Yeah.
You should tell
Silky.
him.
I have
Yeah.
recently.
Oh wow.
I
What
was
did
like,
he say?
how did you do that? And he's like, I just do my thing. I just like fucking.
That
he
sounds
really put it
That sounds
down.
like how he would respond to that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No details.
And then we had Drayton Aldridge on a couple of the tracks, tunes, songs, whatever you want to call them.
Violining?
What are you? That's right. Yes.
How did you feel about that?
There's no
the
H in
violin.
that either.
That was great.
No, good catch.
Yeah.
Yeah, he came
Yeah.
in for. He's got such a strong style in his playing. He came in for yoga and what was the other one? Jessica, was that the other tune he played on?
Jessica and Double Crown Waltz.
Jessica and
No.
Double Crown Waltz. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wasn't there that day when he.
He
came
also
in,
did
but he-
yoga while he was in the studio.
Oh really?
Yeah, but
Oh, wow.
he
Not-
didn't play on yoga.
Not the song, just
Not the song, just
Yeah.
actual yoga. Namaste.
Gentle or
And,
like hot?
He was. It was
Yeah.
all hot yoga and by the end of our session. Like it was pretty intense.
It was. It was hot. Oh God.
Yeah.
I may have interrupted. Was that the end of the list of the?
Am I missing anybody? We had Jillian Dreyer as the audio engineer and co-producer and mixer.
mixologist.
Yeah, that's right.
Mixing engineer.
We were
Yep,
drunk
yep.
the whole time.
He also clapped on a couple tracks.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
Oh, it's hard to get a good clap.
Professional clappist.
Yeah.
Clappist.
Yeah.
It sounds like somebody's against clapping.
Just very particular about clapping.
Who should be clapping?
So what would be a pro clapper? Like a clapophilia? Clapophiliast?
Yeah.
You know? What would an anti-clappist?
Not a clapophobic.
Yeah, that would be afraid of clapping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be unfortunate. You could never celebrate any end of any performance,
Oh,
or at least be around other people celebrating it.
oh man.
It'd be tricky. So that's sort of what putting out an album's like, though, because you can't hear everybody like applaud for you.
Thank God.
Once.
I am a clapophobic for sure. Hate that.
It's Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thinking back,
Yeah.
like, we haven't clapped. You guys did woo before, but I don't know if there was any clapping earlier.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Strict policy in this band.
Yeah.
No clapping.
Clapping.
Except for that one exception.
Fancy had to leave the studio when we recorded
Oh man.
the claps.
Yeah.
Yeah, there wasn't the pinball, like, to kind of take your mind off it.
That's
hard.
right.
This
We
is
definitely anti-clapped.
already parched.
We anti-clapped a lot because there was no pinball machine working. We were like, stop. Yeah. That's the opposite of a clap, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that sound you're getting.
Ah!
Can we all try to do that into the mics real quick?
1, 2, 3.
It's good. It's good. That's worth it.
We're sorry for all of y'all that are
This is the
scared
apology
of
I
the
warned you about.
anti-clap. I swear, I did not have relations with that clappist. But I'm sorry, and I'm gonna do better.
It's hard to clap with
Yeah.
somebody else. Like, have you guys tried that? Like hand to hand, like
Like this sort of thing? Is that what you're talking about?
Why would you do that to me?
Well, that was just a high five. It's fine.
subtle difference.
But like multiple high fives.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
Bop, 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 bop.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard to get that.
You doing okay?
I'm good.
Oh,
it is a
man.
high five. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Communal clap.
Oh.
Popular at marathons.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's get serious. Let's bring it down
Yeah.
a notch. So
Relax, people.
Some of the material in the album is quite heartfelt,
Oh, thank you.
and yeah, references things that I know have happened to you, and or like you like there's
Lies.
some. Okay, there's just all storytelling.
75% of them are true.
Oh,
But,
okay, yeah. Well, I just wanted
Probably
to
kind of
shout
accurate,
out.
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Will you reveal anything that's false? Any of the
Right.
false stuff?
Well, no, because then you'd know which part is true. You
That's
just
the right answer,
you'd like
yeah.
exit out and then
That was a test.
yeah.
That was good.
Yeah, I did good.
You passing? Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think was true and what was false? Like as a listener.
I do know that the double crown existed. At one point.
That is a place.
No
That is
more.
Yeah.
Let me
that
tell
is
you.
So
definitely a place.
it's called out, and I was like, I'm in there.
It still
I know that
existed
place.
at like 1 a.m.
Last night.
Yeah. Well, technically this morning. So I don't know about
Oh,
after
that's right.
that, but
Were you at country western night?
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
I think that's a yes.
That sounds.
It sounds like a yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty coy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else do you think is
What
true?
else? Now you're quizzing me on the album that I definitely listened to.
Oh yeah.
did.
See, this
I
is a
listened
test.
Mm-hmm.
Parts of it.
What was your favorite note that someone played?
Oh man, it was probably that G sharp.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? The
do-
one.
Yes.
That one.
Yes, I
I
do.
think that was your note.
Maybe.
You
Yeah.
played the G sharp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was something over a G sharp. I remember that.
Yeah. It was very heartfelt.
Thank you.
It was very heart. Yes,
Yeah.
I was heartened
Mm?
to listen to it.
Heartened. Are you a heartist?
I'm not against hearts.
Are you a hearterer?
A hearterer.
Mhm.
Let me think about this.
Yeah. Oh. Thank you.
Like I'm someone who goes harder.
This is what he does in the band. He's like, Rebecca, turn on your mic. Okay.
I think we're all. You know what? We should test it. We should listen and see if people.
Testing.
Hello?
Are you
Can hear us. Yeah.
Oh yeah. See.
Yeah.
We're good.
You're coming through loud and clear.
Awesome.
What else should we be thinking about, you guys? I am curious how you feel. I keep trying to ask this question in different ways, but maybe
Sure.
I'm not getting to it. Like, how does it feel to put out an album? It's such a gargantuan work, and now you're sort of past it. But at the
Wow.
same time, I suppose you're not past it because you're still performing the songs quite often,
Mm.
right?
Yeah, that's right.
Like, does it feel like an accomplishment or something that that's still very alive, you know, or both, or if you want to speak to that general area.
No, it definitely feels alive for sure. Yeah, very much so.
I think what I have come to accept is that as much as we like set goals and are like, oh yeah, I'm gonna try and like do X, Y, and Z come and go, and then it's like you kind of just have to keep doing stuff. So it's like with the album, it's like I feel great about the album, but there's also that sort of like, okay, we did that, and now we have to keep doing things. Like that's a
Yeah.
That's a very not eloquent way of saying
I totally, yeah. I hear you. Yeah.
saying what I mean, but that is what I mean.
You gotta just do things. You gotta keep doing things, you know?
And I feel like that sort of validates much of like the energy and effort we put into making that album. Because when we were in that space in the studio, we were already playing that material live, but it was still taking shape and growing, and we kind of solidified a lot of that in the studio. And now we're still playing some of the same tunes, much of the same material at gigs with new material, and it's like new life into something we've already been nurturing. So I enjoy that because the gigs are almost ritualistic in terms of like what happened in the space at Echo. And we're not recreating it. I try to like see it as like our next show or rehearsal is to nurture that and let that continue to grow. Even though the album's still its own thing, like live, it's like bringing it to life every time again. So really enjoy that. It keeps me motivated to keep doing stuff.
Which is kind of like, it has to be that way because we generally don't play with a string quartet. And so like there are aspects of the album that just like can't exist live consistently. They can exist live for a one-time only performance.
I was going to say, it is going to exist live on April 16th, Tuesday, April 16th at Jack of the Wood.
This is a phenomenal thing to have brought up. I'm glad that you did.
Yeah, we got there.
Yes,
we got there.
definitely.
I know. You were trying to get us there, and you did.
No, you did some heavy lifting that I should have. My notes, there was a dog in here earlier that ate them. I'm freewheeling it right now.
Yeah.
Oh, right on.
But I did have very detailed notes about bringing stuff up. Like this show at Jack of the Wood.
That's right.
Why Jack of the Wood?
I was looking for spots to have the show, and
they said
yes. So I figured I'd go with that.
Definitely.
No, I mean, in all honesty, like I hadn't really thought about it, and I was communicating with the booker about some shows later in the year, and she said, we actually really want to start doing more album releases. I don't think they've done many things like that before, and we're thinking about doing more for real country music nights, and how would you like to try it out on a Tuesday? So they're giving us the reins to try that out for the first time. No pressure. Yeah.
Nice. I'm sure it's going to go great.
I think it's going to be great.
And you can buy tickets.
That's right. You
right
can
now.
buy tickets right
Ahead
now.
of time.
Right now.
Where would they
For a
buy
discounted
tickets?
price.
For a discounted price. That's right.
Yeah.
I did text you that the other day.
I saw that. Yes. And where could that? Well, I'm sure there's a link on your website.
fancyandthegentleman.com. That's right.
Yes. Yeah.
I think the link is literally all over. Go to like Instagram. It's like right up at the top. Buy our tickets. It's on the website, on Facebook. What else? LinkedIn.
Did you put it on the live music calendar, the Asheville live music calendar website?
Yes.
It
Good.
will be there.
It will
Check
be there.
back in a couple days.
Yeah.
You also have a newsletter now.
That's right. Put it on my mailing list,
What's included in this newsletter? Are there tips or like fancy lingo? Like
I learned about all the
new
geek
slang.
stuff.
new slang. Yeah, that's what I'm interested in.
75% truth. That's what's on there.
Some falsity.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I'm
Yeah.
watching out.
75% not fake news.
That's right.
Alternative facts.
Yeah. But anyway.
Just remember when that happened?
Oh.
Crazy times.
So
it's
long
coming
ago.
again.
That was so long ago now.
It was.
It was
a
so long
time
ago. It was Alternative Facts,
Not that long ago.
Chris and
No.
Will Smith. And now we're here.
Here we are.
That
So
one
much has happened.
woman's name was Reality Winner. Do you guys remember that? in the
Susan
news?
Boyle.
Susan Boyle. That's another woman's name.
She was the reality singer, or the reality show that won.
was.
Right? The opera singer.
Oh yeah, the winner.
Yeah.
Did she win?
I
Or
thought
she was
she
just
did.
lauded.
She has a career now. Like,
That's
Right.
winning.
I would say that's winning, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what you were thinking of?
No, there's a woman who's got in trouble. It's really not important.
Okay.
Do you want to tell the story?
I'm backing down on this one. I'm saying no.
Yeah.
Fighting my improv
Focus, Sam.
urges.
Focus.
Focus.
Get it
Focus
together.
Up.
You can do this.
Jack of the Woods is gonna be great. How many
Yeah.
people do you want dancing?
All of them.
Yes.
Totally.
Good.
Mhm.
I think all of them could fit boogieing down in Jack of the Wood.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
All of you.
Are you going to dance at our show on April 16th?
I'll come
At
shake
Jack
a
of the Wood?
boot.
Yeah?
I'll scoot a boot.
All right.
One boot.
Just one.
The other leg
All
stationary.
right. Will you come do the Double Crown Waltz?
What's the Double Crown Waltz?
The name of the song that you didn't listen to.
I did listen. I'm terrible at listening to lyrics though. That bass,
Yeah.
bass, great. The guitar strumming, I get it. That's
Yeah.
good too. The melody of the voice, I like that too.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. I remember you were telling us that like last time we were here. You were like, actually, don't listen to the lyrics very much in songs.
Not a very lyrics-driven person. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Although I've started
Same.
writing a couple of love songs, and it's drawn my attention to the lyrics a little bit more.
Are you excited for people to not listen to the lyrics to your love songs?
Yes. Yeah. Actually, nobody should be subject to that except for one person.
That's why you don't know what was true in the songs or not.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it.
I've felt the truth of the beauty that was touching me in my ears,
Yeah.
in my heart.
Oh, thanks.
I want to
Yeah, I'm
keep
glad.
saying heart,
Yeah.
and heartfelt. And I have been sarcastic a lot on the show, maybe 75%. So- but that is not sarcasm. It truly is a beautiful album. What were we talking about? Dancing on
Yeah.
Tuesday, April the 16th.
April 16th at Jack of the Wood.
It's going to be great.
Doors are at 7. We'll have an opener by the incredible Ben Balmer. Are you playing with him too?
I am.
You are? Cool. Is anyone else playing with you in that opening thing?
I don't know.
Anyway,
Craig
doesn't
and
matter.
Ben.
Christina might.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, so opener Ben Balmer, he's going on at 7:30. Then we'll go on at 8:15. Probably take an hour 15. If we keep talking like we are right now, it'll take a lot longer. But we'll just try to stick to the music. I don't want to hold this, Craig. God.
Then scoot closer.
All right, here we go. Anyway, then we have an after party.
Oh, okay. Now we're talking.
A honky tonk dance after party at around 9:30. So three bands.
I'm
Three
playing in
awesome
all of them.
shows.
And what's the name of the
Are you? Oh my gosh!
And
Wow.
Nordmo and the Rodeo is the third band.
That's right.
Playing the party.
Norma?
Nordmo and the Rodeo.
Nordbo.
Nordmo.
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 Sorry, Alyssa. These boys. Oh my god.
Men.
Right?
Boys, 2 men. It's our story.
Gentlemen, am I right? Oh, wow. Anyway, yeah. So that's gonna be the night. It's gonna be great.
That is great. Yeah. I'm really excited for this. Is there anything that you're gonna do different, or wait, is there anything that you're comfortable talking? I don't want to be too intrusive, but anything big planned for this show that's like different than the album?
10-minute guitar solos on every song.
Yep.
Sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Violinist Paula Akbar will be playing in the quartet on the second violin parts. So we're going to have a full string quartet, but she wasn't on the album, but she'll be joining us for the show. She's a fantastic musician.
Yeah, she's
Yep.
great.
Yeah. And Phil is not able to join us for that night, but instead we'll have Jackson Delaney.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also great player.
Very much so. Yeah.
Cool.
yeah, I can't tell you like just how, in all seriousness, like completely blown away I am by like how incredible every single person is who was on this album and who's going to be like on it, on this show too. I mean, I was just like, I didn't plan for this. Like, I knew it was going to be great, you know what I mean? But I just didn't know how great it was going to be. So.
It truly is great. I think my jaw dropped when I heard like the album. It's like the depth of it too, and Echo Mountain does a great job too. Yeah, I was just like, whoa, this sounds like really professional.
Yeah.
I should probably be really serious when they come on the live stream. And then I was like, nah.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. That was great, man. Yeah, Echo Mountain does an incredible job. I love how we were able to get that orchestra sound by doubling up the string quartet, which we actually had to record as a trio twice for every take. And Craig was the genius behind all of that. Like,
so you
rocking it the whole
recorded
time.
the string multiple takes to just flesh it out to like double the parts?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
So we had the string parts, played them note for note, doubled that with another take, and then stacked on top of it. Came out with a great sound.
That's awesome. So did you write out the string parts?
Yep.
Last time you guys were on, you were writing out the parts for the orchestra.
Yep.
The actual orchestra.
That's right.
So a lot of those parts translated. There were a few of them that had to be changed around because with the orchestra it was just like there weren't as many like other instruments. It was just kind of like orchestra, vocals, and then guitar, bass. So once all of a sudden there was lead guitar and lead violin and like there was just other and drums to work around, all of a sudden some of the parts had to shift around a little bit.
Like to be simplified?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Is that because? Tell me more about that. If they weren't simplified, were they like rubbing? Was there a lot of flams? I guess is what I'm getting at.
I mean, it comes down to there wasn't when we were playing with the orchestra, there wasn't a lot of improvisation. Like the bass solos, I knew what the bass solos were going to be note for note. The violin solos were played note for note as written out. So that could be like thought about in advance to make sure nothing got in the way. But all of a sudden when it was like, oh no, these like there are pre-scripted orchestral parts but completely improvised guitar solos and violin solos, all of a sudden there was just like that had to be taken into account to keep things from running into each other, especially with the violin solos, because it was the sort of thing of like we had a violin part and then a violin solo around the violin part.
And sometimes the solo would dip like into unison and disappear or whatever.
Yeah, so that had to be taken into account a little bit more.
Interesting. That's great. What about writing the vocal like, so you're writing these songs for the most part, for like the origin is within you. And and so when you're sitting down to write a song, can you talk to me about that a little bit? Is it lyrics first often, or I mean usually there's a nugget, I could see it going either way, but when you're trying to like, are you aware of the notes that you're trying to sing, or are you just feeling it out and figuring out the notes later?
God, if it's the music first, if I'm just like noodling around on guitar, like whatever, the melody usually comes with the chords. Like there's just something very obvious to me. And then, lyrics around that, and I try to make it fit. I don't know. I would say most of the time lyrics come first.
Do you write poetry, like non-musically, that you use as like a word bank ever?
No. I mean, like I'll think of like two couplings or something like that, and I'm like, ooh, that's a really good concept. I want to remember that rhyme or whatever, and I have like, millions of notes in my phone just with those things, and sometimes I'll just sit down and be like,
do you have your phone?
Right
now? Do you
now?
want to read any of them?
Oh God.
No pressure. No pressure.
Not until they're copywritten.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Because they're seeds.
That's right. That's right. And sometimes I really will just like go in there and be like, what if I put this line there and that line there and this line there? Oh my gosh, look, you got a song. Yeah, I don't try to be that like, I don't know, specific with a regimented method of songwriting. I think it can come from anywhere. So, and it should.
I was about to say that sounds better, to follow the inspiration rather than some like morning routine, the artist way. But I haven't read that book, so I can't. I'm speaking to something I don't know.
You haven't read The Artist
Those
Way?
morning pages. I haven't.
It's
Only
good.
pieces. Yeah. Have you done the? Isn't it like a 12-step journey?
There's a lot of steps. That's all I have to say.
It's good.
It's good.
Okay, good. Do you implement any of that?
No, I'm thinking of the wrong book. Come back to me later.
Oh no. What book were you thinking about?
Winnie the Pooh.
The Creative Act.
The Rick Rubin book.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Doesn't have 12 steps in it though. But
It does not have very much practical advice whatsoever in that book.
No, it won't,
There's,
it won't help you pay your bills or anything. But it's like great for, I don't know, just creativity and imagination and stuff.
Definitely, yeah. In that book, a big part of it is like from the first tenth of it that I read, him talking about like becoming more sensitive and embracing like the artist's role as like an antenna of like just taking in as much information as possible, and then you're sort of naturally transmitting it.
Mm-hmm.
And then how that also, I like that he says that takes the responsibility of being creative off the back of the artist, because you just have to stay ready and attuned like an antenna for when the creativity chooses you. When it comes, it's not your responsibility to make stuff up all the time. Like stuff just happens. You just have to be hearing. You just have to hear it.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Hmm.
Yeah. And yeah, it takes away some of the ownership of the music too. So copyright, I mean, we can talk about that more. But
That's really what I came on this show to talk about.
copyright law. Some clauses that you got in mind.
Yeah.
But yeah, to think like you created everything when really you're drawing from like, the English language or just the world in general, physics, stuff like that.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah. But that is very much in favor of like following the inspiration, like you were saying, rather than like trying to force it.
Yeah, it can come from anything. I mean, and I will say, I used to have a lot of writer's block around songs specifically. I mean, I just could not get out a good thing. And maybe once like a year, something would happen, and it would all happen at once within like 5 minutes. Blah, 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 blah. Song done. And I was like, that's not working. And I honestly, like, I was in a therapy session maybe like a few years ago, and, like you do in therapy, you're like, oh God, what's wrong with me? Why can't I not do this? I've got writer's block. What's wrong with me? And
Sounds familiar, yeah.
I mentioned something, and I should probably write a song about this, honestly. But I mentioned something about like, I feel like I can't create anything original. Like, I feel like I'm an internal cover band, just like doing well other people's things, but like not my own thing. And she looked at me and she was like, are you kidding me? You have so many stories to tell. And I was like, oh my God, therapy works. This is amazing. And so at that point I was like, I need to tell my stories,
Yeah.
And she was right.
Storytelling. And that in the album, from the lyrics that I did tune into, do include details like that. There's somebody that left and went elsewhere, and and you felt a certain way about that, or how they had acted while they were around, and how much do you miss this person or not.
Oh man, you did listen.
I told you.
You totally did. You had me going there for a second. Wow. Yeah, that is one of the stories, in fact. But that one wasn't true. I just imagine what that would be like.
It's a 25%. We got to ask Craig more questions to get him on this 75 to 25%. It's like the two doors where one can only tell the truth and one can only lie.
Except it's way less, since both of us can lie 25% of the time.
We'll never know. Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of.
I regret bringing my.
It's like
attention
that,
to you.
but mostly it's not like that.
Okay. So that's interesting. So now is that like that's a revolution in your songwriting in that you're just going to tell stories from now on? No more like copyright clause is lyrics. I don't know if you were doing that beforehand. Like legal terminology.
Oh, no.
We've got a banger in the works about copyright law. Yeah. It's gonna, that's what people really want to hear.
Definitely the finer points.
Terms and conditions.
Terms and conditions.
Terms and conditions.
It's like a parallel to a relationship. I love this.
Oh man.
Conditional love.
No one ever listens to the whole thing.
Oh god.
Terms and conditional
That
love.
should be the
Accept
next
it.
album, honestly. That's like the title of the album, Terms and Conditions.
Terms and conditions. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone
I like
would
that.
just scroll right past it though.
Yeah.
Right.
No, they would agree immediately.
That's yeah, they would, but they would never read it.
Yeah.
Maybe the first song on the album is called The Fine Print.
It could be the longest
Gotta write this
album.
down.
I like that.
This is
Yeah.
good.
No, it's all recorded. You don't have to write
Do
it
you
down.
know that there's that organ that's playing like a Bach tune that the note changes? Like
Oh,
every few
yeah.
years?
Where is
It's
this?
like the longest playing song. Yeah,
Europe somewhere.
Small town. Yeah. You can go visit though, and like people gather around when the note's about to change.
Yeah, I remember reading about
years.
that. I like maybe like a year ago. I think I remember reading about it because it was like the note was about to change, and they were just like, "Oh."
It's a big deal. Otherwise, nobody's listening. To
what
this organ.
happens if they play the wrong note?
That's a super good question.
Oh man.
They start over.
Go ahead.
Oh god. They just
Sometimes-
thought they're like, oh, sorry guys. Wait, can we do that again? Can we
Sometimes
play that on loop?
the stakes do feel like that when you're playing live sometimes, though. Am I right? Yeah. Better not miss this note.
Yep.
Or all these people that have gathered here will be disappointed in me and nobody will love me. You guys
Wow.
ever feel like that when you're playing wrong notes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
I struggle with self-validation. That's why I like to perform. I think I did for a long time, not so much anymore, but for a long time I did. That's why I like to perform so much.
Yeah.
Get,
Did
like,
performing give you some of that affirmation
yeah, it
that you were
did.
craving?
Yeah, totally.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Did you reach a place where you felt like you had to be very talented?
Yeah, and then I found myself in a cracked green room mirror, and I just stared at myself for a long time in that cracked mirror and thought about, no, I mean, yeah, I don't know, it's a process, man. It's always changing. But no, I just like performing, but definitely for a while, part of it was like the draw of like, oh, I need validation of like other people's approval. Like that was a big motivating force for a long time. That's not really a healthy thing, though.
Wait, hold on. Slow down.
Dig in.
I'm not ready to go that far.
We are social creatures. I mean, there's got to be a balance.
Like, well, you know, we were kind of like talking about this before we came on, and you know, like the role that like performing and being a musician and staying busy with that holds in our lives. I mean, and I will say, like, I was definitely not having an existential crisis like yesterday or this morning at all, talking and thinking about like, oh my God, what if I didn't, like, if I didn't gig so much, like what would happen? Like, would I have any friends? Would people recognize me? Would people even know me?
It's like a normie, just like some schmuck, a pedestrian.
Oh God.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
What a world.
God. I mean, it's like, would we even see each other? Would we be friends? Say yes.
We still have rehearsals, so
Still
yeah.
be friends, yeah.
We would still rehearse even if we didn't perform every week. I like it. Yeah. But no, it's true though. It has a lot of meaning, and that's not the only one. You know, I
Like only identity, or
yeah,
only
that's
what?
not the only reason I like perform and do music. You know, there's definitely the social aspect. There's definitely the fact that I really do like it when people will listen to me for 2 hours singing about my feelings and stories. You know, like
Yeah.
that feels really, really good. There's something about that. I don't know.
It feels good to be listened to. Mm-hmm.
my therapist also told me that may have something to do with not being listened to enough when I was a kid. You know?
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Let's dig into that. But first, Craig, you had something
I'm
you
ready.
wanted to say.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, I think I definitely for a long time had the like performance is self-validating, or is like a way to gain that validation, and I kind of had to hard cut walk away from that feeling because I realized it wasn't giving me that at all, because anytime someone was like, oh man, you're really good, I just immediately had the reaction of like, oh, you don't listen to a lot of bass players, because no, I'm not.
Just self-judgment.
It was just like, well, this isn't working, so yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could stem from childhood too. Not having enough
Yeah.
compliments about your bass playing when you had like a little teeny
Yeah.
double bass when you were young.
Yeah.
Little Craig with a little bass.
Yeah, my cat really was not withheld affection and
That's
compliments.
tough. That's really tough.
Mm-hmm.
People say you should get a pet because there's unconditional love there, but cats,
Cats are awful.
you don't know. Yeah, they're awful, and yet I'm still a cat person.
Yeah.
Dogs, I don't know. I don't know, you guys. But
I would rather have a cat than a dog, but objectively, cats are awful.
I don't know. My cat's great. Potatoes upstairs.
They actually are. Yeah.
Like, I have a cat,
Yeah.
but
Where do you stand on this?
I like cats and dogs. And
We're playing it real cool tonight.
it's a coward's answer.
Out with the truth.
I don't know. I'm more of a cat person, actually.
Hmm.
I vibe with cats, but I don't like being scratched.
Oh. Yeah.
Thank you for applauding.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
Sorry, I was dissociated there for a second. What?
That's okay.
It didn't get in. Sorry.
I do want to work back to trauma. I've been reading.
Yeah. Yeah.
It all comes back to that.
Reading
That's right.
The Myth of Normal by Gabor Mate, and I want to talk about it because it's so good.
The myth of normal.
Yeah, The Myth of Normal.
Right on.
It's all about attachment versus authenticity and this like tension that we're in all the time. Because it's important for us to attach, or like, you know, to people in particular, but also to society at large. But there's, you know, we want to be authentic too, and
We do?
be heard in our. I do. Do you?
Who's asking?
Sam, he just
Gabor-
asked.
Gabor
He
Mate.
just asked. Pay attention. Come on. Keep up.
Authenticity seems important to me. The more, that just feels like, because I do people please, I think, or you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Maybe that's something that's coming from my childhood, where I'm like, are people liking me yet?
Yeah.
Because I want to please them. Being listened to, I guess I like that too, but I want to be able to talk, I guess, more than be listened to. You know.
Wow.
I have a lot to say. I don't care if anyone listens, but like, I want to say it.
I want to be better at having a lot to say, but yeah, but yeah, that's interesting. So you still do you feel like you've got this this does it get satisfied? You know, do you feel like you've been listened to after a show, and then you feel good for a few days?
Oh boy, here we go. It depends on the gig, honestly.
Totally.
You know, I mean, there's probably something behind like creating your own show and being like, no, come listen to this, right? That's like an extension of that. But I mean, I think the notion of like being authentic is really a complicated one, because there's this thing where we're very unconscious to a lot of like things about ourselves, right? And a lot of our motivations, and like so we might think we're being authentic, right? But underneath there's like all this stuff going on that we're not actually aware of. So at what point are you completely authentic? Never, because you can never be fully conscious and aware of everything. Like that's an ever growing thing that you can chase. But so much as you are aware of yourself, you can be authentic. you know. But then it's a choice, you know. If you are aware of yourself, then you can make a choice to hide that or show it to the world, you know.
I do know, yeah. I think that's true. There is so much stuff out there that we don't know, inside and outside.
Yeah,
for sure.
Right. And as a performer, I think it's really it's like how much do you really want to be showing on stage? Like, and I think that's very inherent. Like you were asking about, you know, the lyrics and stories and feelings behind these songs, and it's like, yes, I do want to put an authentic feeling and an authentic story forward in a way, but I also want to be very protective of like how much of that I share and in what way. I don't know. It's a complicated.
Yeah, what would be something you'd never want to share?
My phone number with like, I don't know.
Social security number.
Yeah.
Sure. Your phone number nor social security number is going to show up in a song anytime soon.
Yeah.
Although there was that
8-5.
there was that Jason Segel song where like he sang a song that like had his phone number in it, and
Oh man.
for like months people would have stories about like called the number and it was actually his number and he's a nice guy. He like sat and talked to me for a little bit and eventually had to change his number.
Wow.
Wow. Brave.
Yeah.
Brave soul.
So brave.
Yeah.
He was so authentic.
So authentic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's a big ask. A lot of free time. Jason Segel has more free time than me to be able to accept that many phone calls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It probably wasn't working much at the time.
Mm.
Actors have lulls, you know.
Sure.
Oh man. Yeah.
Do you guys want to force a lull right now in this conversation? Usually I would water the plant, but I watered it yesterday because it was looking pretty miserable. It's kind of tipping over. I think I probably need to repot it.
Oh man.
Some high schoolers were on recently for the 2-year anniversary, and they named it Jeremy.
Why?
It says Jeffrey.
No.
Wait, really?
Good call. It is Jeffrey. You got me.
Okay.
That was one of the 25%. I'm doing it too.
Oh man. Yeah. Well,
I wouldn't have caught it except I was like, I leaned over and I was just about to say, oh, its name is Jeffrey. And then you said the name to Jeremy and I was just like, no.
You're very close. Well, I spelled Jeffrey with a J here. They didn't specify how it was supposed to be spelled. Yeah. That doesn't excuse. I apologize to these high schoolers.
yeah.
Dollars on Ice. I'm very sorry.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
That's their band name, Dollars on Ice.
Yeah.
I think, though, that we can augment the amount of choice that we have to be authentic, to be aware of different parts of ourselves and cultivate like sort of a self-knowledge to increase like the ability to respond or act from like a gut intuition or like for ourselves, as opposed to I don't know what the alternative would be. I guess in terms of like writing music, there is a tension too, because you want people to listen to it, of like thinking of your audience, right, and thinking about what you're trying to share.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, it's interesting because was it you who was saying like the words are revealed to you, or the art is revealed to you rather than you coming up with them?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it kind of like goes along with that, like that maybe. You know, that's where the stories and feelings and lines come from, is like getting more aware of yourself with something and something coming into your head and being like, well, write it down. Write that shit down. Wait, am I allowed to curse?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Write that shit down.
You get 3, so that's 2.
That's 3.
Oh man, shit.
Well, there you go. No.
Yeah.
Was that a band tab, or do we each get 3? Or did she just use all of
I've taken the brave stance that I will not censor any of my guests. So you guys can say whatever you
Wow.
want. Yeah.
Oh, say.
You really want us to be authentic.
Yes, I'm trying my best to be authentic. Can you tell? Do you like me yet?
Oh boy.
That's a really good one, too. I like that. Yeah.
Zinger. Yeah. Oh boy.
Any other shows coming up?
Wait, any other what? Shows?
Shows, yeah.
Like what kind of shows?
Well, I guess we should just keep the attention on the
Like,
April 16th
For
show.
sure.
Like shows that I'm excited about going to?
Sure. We could talk influences. We could talk more about our respective life stories and the deficiencies in our childhood. But we are almost to the end of this segment.
So can you get through all of your childhood trauma in the next 2 minutes?
Right. Any last thoughts or profundities or hanging threads or
Profanities?
profundities?
You get 3.
Profundities.
Profundities.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
a profundity?
Like a profound tidbit. Nug. Morsel. What's another word for like a little, like a dollop, like a dollop of wisdom.
Nope.
Mayo.
Okay, great.
I don't know. Don't give
I
up.
like you, Sam.
Follow your dreams. What are the other ones?
Give up. Your dreams are stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, man.
Anytime.
Yeah.
What'd
What
you
else?
say?
I
missed
said
it.
give up. Or wait, give up. Don't give up. He said give up.
No.
We're like good cop, bad
Don't.
cop
Yeah.
right now.
You just
Which
sort of,
which one's which?
You are wearing a
poll
white.
now.
Yeah, so I don't know.
We'll take a poll on YouTube.
Give up or don't give up.
Yeah. It's
Or who's the good cop and who's the bad cop between me and Craig? Poll right now.
I think that's
Weigh
probably
in
a better poll.
Yeah.
right now.
I can really relate to what you guys were talking about like identifying as a musician and like that affirmation that comes with that, and letting go of that does feel like giving up. I mean, it's difficult to try to not I don't know, I'm out of steam. Yeah. You guys know what I'm saying.
Letting
Yeah.
go.
Letting go is
Yeah,
hard.
it
Letting
is.
flow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let it flow. I don't know. I'm an Enneagram 3. We really don't do that. That's kind of like our worst fear. Is like
Is what?
failure and giving up. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, never surrender. Like
Never give up.
Galaxy-
Never surrender.
Galaxy Quest.
Yeah. Do you know your Enneagram number?
I don't. What do you think I am?
You talk a lot about authenticity, and 4s are very concerned with authenticity. Also think you're like, you really like to be internal, I think, maybe. Does that sound, does that land? I don't know. You're kind of an extrovert. I've seen you out
I dance now.
at the Double Crown.
That makes me feel, yeah, sure. I've been to the Double Crown late at night at 1 in the morning.
I saw you there.
I have.
That's right.
Yeah. We've
Yeah.
seen each other. I think I am introverted, but then I feel guilty about it and I make myself extrovert. That's the story of this show.
You might be a 4-wing 5.
I've heard that before. Yeah. So there's a consensus, so I don't even have to take the test. This is great.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for being
It's a really hard test. You don't like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to study. It seems
That's
like
my
a lot.
job to
I don't
tell
have the
you
bandwidth.
what and who you are. I mean,
Okay,
That's-
good. Define me, please.
yeah.
Yeah.
I can and I will. I did.
I'm going to define you 3 with your names. Alex Travers, Fancy Marie,
Yeah.
Craig Kellberg. You're all great. Thank you for being on this show, which is Asheville 8 Note. And I'm Sam Irvin. And we're going to awkwardly shuffle off and then take a little break. And then you all are going to perform some enrapturing music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Freestyle rap.
freestyle rap. They're all gonna freestyle rap 3 different raps at the same time, harmoniously.
All right.
Yes,
Yeah.
now's
thanks.
the time to shuffle.
All right,
Yeah.
bye. Let's go.
Thanks. Bye. Thanks. Bye. That I don't think you.
Those are dorks. Good lord.
It's just a waiting.
Yes, that would be perfect.
2, 3, 4. Hollow body dreadnought made in Mexico's Bruce. And she let me hear alone. I thought it was something to bring her home. Played up and down Highway 40 interstate. This here's a guitar that Jessica gave me before she run off to Austin and left me. And if I ever make some money on these there songs I write, music crowd. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Are you okay? I clap.
Oh. I'm in therapy. It's okay. I'm learning. I'm working through it.
Give me 2 seconds to see if that sounded good. You're learning. Oh yeah, it sounds beautiful. Okay, great.
Sweet.
Will we get a copyright notification if the microphone catches us playing the playback on the lives?
So I can see myself.
It's a great way to make money, man.
Maybe. I'm gonna think about that while you guys play your next tune.
This is a story about doing yoga.
It's 75% true.
If after our working day is through, when we find our love has moved on from the new, will you still read to me when I have trouble sleeping? Will we work out the plans that we have been here dreaming? But for now you've got to go. They're waiting for you down on Music Road. I'll build a garden while you go make all that dough. How do you seem so sure when I need to go slow? They ask me, darling, why do you doubt me when you know my love is true? Whenever I leave, I just can't wait to get back to you. But it's so easy to say it's so when everything is right. We've got all the time to hold each other every night. When you come back to me once more, we'll do some yoga on your living room floor. We'll laugh and talk about the way we spend our day. You teach me all about the games you like to play. Maybe I'll learn to be on time. We'll let all the social apps all know that you are mine. You won't get anxious and I won't push you away. I'll make a long time of the love we made today. Alex, this is the song. To get back to you, but it's so easy to say it's so when everything is right. We've got all the time to hold each other every night. When you come back to me once more, we'll do some yoga on your living room floor. We'll laugh and talk about the way we spend our day. You'll teach me all about the games you like to play. But for now you've got to go. They're waiting for you down on Music Road. I'll build a garden while you go make all that dough. How do you seem so sure when I need to go slow? Woo! Hey-o.
Woo!
Thank you for your sensitivity with the not clapping. You can't. You can change. See? Yeah.
Change is possible.
Change is possible. I'm gonna change which leg is up on this thing. I forgot my strap, and so it's like.
Do you want a strap? I actually have this super sick skull strap that you should definitely use.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. This is kind of like making me look cool.
It's a vibe.
You know,
You
it's
look
definitely
very
a
cool.
look with the. You know.
You could also look cool with this.
That's a vibe.
Definitely. That's a story to tell for sure. That's a statement.
Has Firefly written all over it.
Yeah. Should we do another song? Yeah. Another fictional story
About a real place.
about a real place. I was there. I think it's still there. I think we established that. This is called the Double Crown Waltz. When you went back to Nashville, I was happy for sure. 'Cause I knew that the tears I'd been crying wouldn't fall anymore. I haven't missed you one bit since you went away. Except for when I'm in honky-tonk bars where we used to play. No, I don't miss your temper that made me feel small. I don't miss when you'd hold me and ignore my call. I don't miss when you tell me you love me, then treat me real mean. But I miss when you'd walk in a double crown wearing tight jeans. I don't miss when you'd swear stop drinking, and the next thing I knew, I'd see you out dancing with more than a whiskey or two. But I'd go on with you anyway for 3 or 4 more. And we'd stay up singing till dawn like Tammy and George. No, I don't miss your temper that made me feel small. I don't miss when you'd hold me and ignore my call. I don't miss when you tell me you love me, then treat me Elvis has left the building, and that's all right with me, mama. But I miss when he had a double crown, wearing tight jeans.
It's cool to cheer for yourself, right?
Very cool.
Y'all are great. That was awesome.
Paper?
Yeah. Hey, you want to do a song that you wrote?
Let's do it.
That's on the album. What's it called?
Paper or papers?
The Paper.
The paper? I don't actually. It's one of those three.
Yeah.
I'll look it up.
Let's do that one.
Right. Two, one, two, three, four.
Great.
Oof.
I think I saw a tumbleweed go by. Yeah. Which I just heard bloom. Like tumbleweeds are like plants that bloom, and then they eventually like uproot and like tumble away.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And also it was the paper,
The paper. Okay. I mean,
I guess.
yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for telling me what the name of the song I wrote was. Because I definitely did not know.
Maybe it's a live document.
It really has had like a lot of names.
Yeah.
It's like called something else on like the actual sheet music, having nothing to do with paper.
Something else. That's a great name.
We'll call it something else. Yeah. Let's see. What were we gonna do next? Garden song? Yeah. This is my favorite on the album for sure. I think you'll see why. Divine rain in a little old town, can't be tamed when it's coming down to this secret garden on holy ground, free to grow here, safe and sound. Carolina mountain bound. Met a songbird while driving round. Once was lost, but now homeward bound. He's been all over and he knows the sound of divine rain coming down. He knows my name and he knows this town. Can't be tamed and he sings so loud. I am this garden and I am this town. I am here now. Can't get dry standing out in the rain. Caught in the eye of a hurricane. So you fly real high, but keep your feet on the ground. Go find you a stage and make a Carolina mountain sound. And if you miss me, I'll be around. Come sing with me the sweetest sound. I'll be in the garden and I'll be around. Going free here in a Carolina mountain town. Sweet.
So sweet.
Yeah. I've got to stop telling myself that that's my favorite song on the album before we play it, because I think it makes me really nervous that I'm gonna like mess it up. It's like, oh no, don't mess it up, Rebecca.
I heard 0 mistakes.
Moving forward, every song is my least favorite song on the album.
Yeah, hate this song. God. All right, switching legs. Here we go. This is fun.
All right, separate. Right.
One more?
Yeah.
Is that it? All right. This next song is called Separate As We Seem. It's the title track on the album. Goes a little something like this. All right.
There's a tip. Oh, wait, never mind. Sorry.
Speaking of that, when I die, just send me on my way. Lift me up upon your wings and let me fly. Gather round my grave and cry, but do not dare tell me goodbye. 'cause I'll still be here when you feel warm embrace. Late at night when you're still trying to rope the moon, while you pick that old guitar and sing the blues, let your voice ring to the sky. It's only a matter of time till you rise and leave the sunshine on your face. This body we think of as me contains it temporarily. Forever was not meant to be. There's more to this than what we see. This lie we think of as the truth has turned us into me and you. We are not separate as we seem. If only in a dream. 'Cause I don't need to carry around these ribbons. Leave them on the earth and let me go back home. For all the things we think we know, we're still living here alone. So leave my things here, I don't need them where I'm going. This body we think of as me contains it temporarily. Forever was not meant to be. There's more to this than what we see. This lie we think of as the truth has turned us into me and you. We are not separate as we seem. If only in our dreams, yeah. La 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 la. La la la. La 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 la. Yeah, 'cause we all gotta die. While you're here, what kind of change do you want to make? Will you leave here with more love than when you came? While your footprints in the sand walk beside your fellow man. Please remember, God is love, and love is grace. This body we think of as me contains it temporarily. Forever was not meant to be. There's more to this than what we see. This lie we think of as the truth has turned us into me and you. We are not separate as we seem. That's the one. Yay!
That's so good. I knew we'd make it back around to death before you guys
I'm
left.
bookends. Totally.
That's great. Thank you so much for being on.
Awesome.
Thanks for having us.
It was fantastic. Wonderful. Looking forward to your show.
Yeah, on April 16th at Jack of the Wood. Woo!
Woo!
Jack of the Wood.
Jack of the Wood. I'm not sure which is that one right now.
Jack of the Wood.
There you go. Got it.
Is it this one?
It was
Oh.
that one in that moment.
Oh. Now we're over. Wait.
No, you're there. You're still there.
No.
Oh,
Now
now
we're
we're there. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Bye.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
Awesome.